Light Thursdays, and I am so honored and I feel very blessed to have with me in studio the legendary one and only Glen Washington. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
You look amazing. Like, you really do look good. I wish they could see the way I'm seeing you right now.
Oh.
You know, it's just that they cannot see it all properly.
I feel real good right now.
No, I'm happy you're here. And remember, if you have you know, a memory of Glen when you're growing up, even present day, and you'd like to share that with us, remember to, of course, go on our social media handles. That is Facebook and X at K24 are our handles, and use our WhatsApp line. It's right there on your screens, and share your favorite Glen Washington memory. And you could win 2 tickets to see him live on the 19th of October at KICC. Let's vibe to those memories right here on Morning Vibe. Thank you so much for joining us once again. And like I mentioned, we have with us in studio the legendary Glen Washington. Glen, thank you for coming. Thank you.
Thanks for having me. I always say that, Asante.
Asante, yes.
Yeah.
Swahili is good. You've been here for three times.
I want to learn. I want to learn how to speak the language. Swahili.
Do you have your favorite food so far?
Do I have a
food that you like from
Yes.
Kenya? What do you like?
Well, it's quite a few that I had. Fish. And I can't remember the name of it.
Have you eaten ugali?
Ugali.
There you go.
There you go.
With some nice greens.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. But Glen, it must be such a blessing to still be able to do this right now.
Been doing it for a long time, and God has been blessing me.
I'm sure.
To go keep spreading the positive message across the world.
Okay.
And I'm very elated to be here, because this is one of my favorite places in the world.
You say that you tell Jamaicans back home that Kenya is your second home. It's your home away from home.
Yeah.
You do say that?
Yeah, I did say that.
Right.
I do mean that.
We believe you. It's
I
3
believe
times
that.
now.
And don't be surprised if you see me living down the road.
We won't be. We won't be. I mean, and also your grandmother must be very happy.
Yeah,
you know, she must be looking down so happy.
She's over in Zion looking down and smiling. I can hear her from time to time, because she was very encouraging. When other people said, yeah, you ain't gonna make it. My grandmother always said, go ahead and do it, my son. I know you can do it.
Oh, bless.
I keep hearing that all the time, so it keeps me going.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Was she also very musical?
Everybody in my family was very musical. My dad sang, my mom sang. All my sisters tried to compete with me. Say, girl, you can't sing like that. You can't sing like that.
Yeah, yeah. But what about the spiritual influence that your grandmother had on your life? Because she started taking you to church, right?
Yeah, well, she's the one that took me to church. I ended up going to church and getting to like it. You know, see the different people, different choirs singing. And like, wait a minute, I like this. I love what's going on. So I decided to join in, and I ended up on all the different choirs. When I was about 17 years old, I decided to enter into a talent competition, and some of the guys from the band that was backing us, they gave me different insight. The bass player, he passed now, rest his soul.
Yeah.
He took me to the side and told me, if you write your own song, get more points.
Yeah. Is that the time you wrote Susie?
I've been a songwriter since then.
Okay.
99% of what you hear, I write.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. And they're all personal experiences, most of them.
Everything is personal experience. What's going on around the world, what's going on within my life, my love life, my ups and downs, all of that.
You know, I like when you talk about the story behind the song Kindness. Don't take my kindness for weakness. Yeah, that story is, I like the way how it's so real.
You know when you're a nice person, and you try to make sure that try to cater to the other person and make them feel good. some people tend to take advantage of that, and they want to treat you just anyhow. So I was just venting. I said, just because I'm nice to you, don't believe I'm soft. Don't take my kindness for weakness.
You know what, Glenn, you have to sing that song. Kenyans love it. Have you gone to YouTube to see the comments underneath that song? It is so personal for so many people here, you know, and it has such a deep
It's personal
meaning.
for me.
I know you say it in interviews, you say it in interviews a lot, but could you sing a bit of it for us here today?
I did not.
Could you sing a bit of it for us here today?
Oh.
Kindness for weakness.
Just can't live without you, no way. Now many men will try to tell you bad things about me. Oh baby, let them try. I know one day their lust will die. Then there would be no cause or reason for you to doubt me. 'Cause what I feel is real. The love that I have is yours, signed and sealed. Now I'm building my whole wide world around you. Baby, here's my request from you. Baby, don't take my kindness for weakness. 'Cause I'm not a softie.
No, you're not.
No,
No, you're not.
hardcore.
So, what's one song that you have written in the past that you felt you were almost breaking down from writing?
It's quite a few. It's quite a few. There was a song that I wrote, and while I was recording it, I started crying.
Which one was that one?
Let the multitude stand and praise him. Glory be to his name. Yeah. I believe in the words of the Most High. His truth endure it for me. My no, that one singing.
I hear you. I know. It gets a bit emotional.
Yeah, it's kind of something.
That makes you feel, you know, a type of...
Make you feel like, I don't know how to explain that feeling, but...
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand, Glenn.
Because I'm very spiritual. When I get on the stage, you know, some people be in the church and they get off into that
feeling.
That happens to me on stage all the time. I lose myself. You know, but...
Right. I hear you.
Yeah.
Now, let's take a look at the time also when you were in your youth. And then you listened to, when you're in church, you're in the choir.
Yeah.
And then you were listening to a lot of Stevie Wonder, Sam Cooke, and then eventually you went and met Stevie Wonder.
I see you did your research.
I did do my research.
Yeah.
I did. And then you met, and you went and met Stevie Wonder. That was something, right?
My transition. What happened is that my early part. I don't want to take up all your time, but the early part of my career, I was this singer, this little young singer with this band, and the late Joseph Hill of Culture was the drummer, and I ended up being the drummer for my band because I was a little busybody that kept messing with the drums all the time. Every time he gets up, I go fool around, and he said, "I see you like drums." I said, "Yeah, I would love to play," and he said, "Okay, I'm gonna teach you how to play."
Okay.
Taught me how to play the drums, and he left the band, so I was stuck singer. Know how to play the drums. I have to learn how to play and sing at the same time. So that happened. And I start moving from one band to the other band. Every time I move to another city, I'm the drummer that's playing and singing. And then I ended up with a band that some guys from this town called Ocherius on the north coast of Jamaica.
Yeah.
They wanted a drummer and they came and got me. They needed a drummer. They didn't know I could sing. So they came and got me and got to play a gig, and I went and played with them, and I was ready to go back home. I lived in Kingston at the time, and I was ready to go back home. And they said, "Where you going?" I said, "I'm going home." And they said, "Nah, man.
You have to come with us.
We want you to be the drummer in the band, not just for just one gig." So we had some discussion and worked it out, and decided to play with the band. So they still didn't know I could sing. I was a drummer with the band. So one time now, the instrument manager or whoever, they set up the instrument on stage, put a microphone over my drum set,
And you were
I don't,
singing.
that was a blessing still. He put the microphone over the drum set, and I was playing one night with the band, and the vibe was good. It was feeling good. I was rocking, and because I already know how to play and sing,
Yeah.
I pulled the mic up and started busting out, and everybody turned around, "You can sing!"
That was amazing.
Yeah.
That was
So-
life-changing, yeah.
Here it caused a problem though, because the lead singer, who's the Mr. Nice Boy, Mr. Show Off out front,
Didn't like that.
eh?
He didn't like
He
that.
didn't like that.
Yeah.
And shortly after that, couple of weeks after that, Stevie Wonder came to visit the same hotel that we was a resident band of, and he heard us playing, and he wanted to know who's that singing, and they say it's the drummer, and he wanted to. We got to meet him, and he stayed for 2 weeks, and it got so good that he decided he wanted to take the band back to the U.S. That's how I ended up in the United States.
And you got a wife also at that time. You after that you moved to Michigan.
Yeah, I
Yes,
moved to-
right. You got a wife,
You did his
right?
studies, man. You did his studies.
Yeah, you didn't get married.
I moved to Michigan. I got married, and that's when I started my family. My two oldest daughters, they live in Michigan. They both sing.
Like you, very well, reggae. They
Yeah,
love reggae.
no. They sing R&B,
R&B, all right.
like Glenda, Washington.
Yes, of course.
That's my daughter.
That is your daughter.
Yeah.
Wow, she has good music.
Yeah, she
And
sings.
she has a good sound too.
And Ashley.
Oh, bless.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I know of them, and I know their work.
Yeah.
So that's really dope. That's really fire. And you know what? Let's go back to some of your greatest hits. Let me call it that, because like I mentioned, your songs are a soundtrack to very many people's lives.
Yeah.
And one of our audience, he was saying that your song "My Love," makes women to date in Kenya get married.
Oh yeah.
As long as a guy sings that song, they're so, they feel a type of way.
Tell me
You
the
know,
name of the song.
Isn't it My Love?
My love.
My
My
love
love belongs to you.
My love
girl.
belongs to you. Yes, my love belongs to you, girl.
We were made for each other.
People are going to start getting married in this studio right now. They love that song.
Yeah.
Please continue singing, Glenn. People love that song.
Well, what it is, the idea, I believe, for people to make music that's timeless, music that can make people feel better, uplift you, make you raise your spirit, make you feel good about yourself, and make you feel, give you confidence, as opposed to talking about we're going to do this and we're going to do that and we're going to shoot that and we're going to, no, that's not my style. That's negative. Not that. Stay on the positive all the time.
Stay on the positive.
All the time. Always.
And the request also with that song is that if you may sing it also. My
Yeah.
love belongs to you. May you sing it a bit?
There's a song that I know they like here. I want to take you home and give you my love forever. I was told that when people go to party,
Yeah.
they always love their song when they're getting ready to go home.
Yeah, they do. And especially also Strangers in the Night. That song
That's
here,
another song that I was out on a date as a young man.
what happened?
I saw this girl. We was in the park. Guess what we went to go listen to? We went to go listen to this singer, and we was out in the park. We was trying to find a little, young people trying to find a little cool out spot where you could be like really alone with each other.
Yeah.
Every corner you went to, there was people there. So that's why they wrote the song. We were only strangers in the night, getting to know each other. The mood was right, strolling under the moonlight, hoping that we could get out of sight. And while the entertainer's singing his song, I hold a feeling oh so strong. Never thought love would look me in the eyes, lift my head, oh what a big surprise. But there are people all around,
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Totally, like the story makes the song alive, you know, and exactly why you wrote it, because it still brings the same euphoria.
Yeah, and it's an experience.
Yeah.
You have to experience, you have to feel it, you have to experience it. Yes,
and reggae is very spiritual for very many people.
Yeah.
Because they associate, if they're in a struggle, they listen, they feel better. If they're in love, you know, like the songs you've just sang, like Strangers in the Night and My Love for You, they feel uplifted and they feel good. And you released an EP last year, Jah Children.
I put one out every year. Every year I try to put an album out. Which one were you talking about?
The EP Jah Children?
Jah Children?
Yes.
Whoa.
From last year.
Ah, you guys get everything.
Of course we get everything. What do you mean? We do.
Children.
And like I said, you have big fans here, Glen.
There's a song, one of my favorite songs on that EP. There's no limit to your love. Come to tell of His glory, yeah. There's no limit to your love. I could write you a story. Ooh. Once I was lost, now found. Was blind, but now I see. Jah made a way for me, gave me.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's very spiritual also.
Yeah.
You know,
just like the first time I was given this track to do a song called Jah Glory. Them times there was some wild days back in about 20 odd years ago. I used to smoke herb. Yeah.
the herb.
Yeah, I used to smoke the herb, but not anymore.
Yeah.
I learned. I stopped by myself. I learned that it's not necessary.
Why? When did you stop?
One day I just got up and said, you know what? Because I felt so. It was a mind over matter thing. I felt so helpless. Like if I don't get a spliff, I can't go on stage. And one day I just got into myself and say, I don't need this.
I didn't need
different strokes to different folks. I say I don't need this. One day I just decide I'm not doing this anymore. Everybody told me I don't think you can handle it. I don't think you'll be able to. I say, yeah, I don't need this anymore. What I need is when my microphone sounds real good, I get high on that.
And you just feel as a new form.
No smoking, no alcohol, none of that.
How long has it been now since you made that decision?
This was about 4 years.
That's a while.
I wish it was about 20 years.
But it's still a while. So how do you feel in your body? Do you feel different?
Feel good, feeling healthy, staying healthy.
Does it make your mind more clear?
Yep.
And how is your musical process? Because you remember a lot of things from the past. Like, how do you have your memories so intact with, like, when you...
As old as I am.
Yes, yes. How do you do that? Because you have memories from
it's
when
the grace
you wrote
of God,
songs.
you know.
So how do you then keep yourself, from having a good, healthy mind from the memories that you wouldn't like, but you've written songs about?
Eat right, live right, rest right. You have to get rest.
So then are you also in love? Are you also in love right now? Like when you read about love songs, are you also experiencing?
I stay in love. I'm a lover.
You stay in love?
Yeah.
Okay, is that spiritually or physically with someone?
Spiritually and physically.
Oh, bless. So how is that now, given all, like you're a superstar and everything evolves with time, you know?
Yeah.
Your understanding of love from back in the day
some things never change. You just get better with time.
How's that?
Yeah.
How's that?
You have to work at it. It gets better with time.
And what's the biggest thing that, out of all this experience, your travels all over the world, what you have seen, how has it made you be right now? You know, there's so much power,
Make
so
me
much
stronger,
exposure.
much stronger. Spiritually, make me much stronger. And I learn a lot of stuff about myself, you know, and about people all over the world.
Okay.
Make you things that you would let get to you. You don't get, then they don't get to you like that no more, because you're much stronger.
All right. And Hill, the Joseph Hill, the drummer, who of course taught you, let me say, taught you or gave you the tools for drumming. He played a very big role in your life.
Well, that was one of my biggest mentor. Then I have some guys that come from my town in Maypen in Clarendon. There was a group called the Names and Faces Band. They were like, the drummer was in the band, but I was the substitute drummer. Like every time the drummer fall out, because he used to get drunk a lot. So I was the one that would take up the slack.
Yeah.
And I learned from them guys. They were very professional. The very first song that I ever recorded was a song that I entered in a talent competition. I wrote a song about this young girl that I was with when I was a young boy.
Susie, the song Susie.
Oh, you know about that?
Yeah. The song, that was your first song.
My very first recording.
Yeah.
I was 17 years old.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the story about Susie? Why did you write that as your first song?
No, the bass player told me, write the song. If you write your own song, you get more points in the competition. And everybody, there were some awesome singers in that competition. And decided to go with that song. And it worked, because first, second, third elimination, I kept winning. And then they said semi-final. And when they say, and the winner is Glen, and then the final, everybody's tense now because there's some good singers on there. And the night when they say, I'm the winner, I felt like I was up this off of the ground. It was awesome.
Wow.
Awesome.
And how did Susie go? How did Susie sound?
Susie was a young girl I was in love with, and she died.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It goes like this. Susie ran away from home when she was only 16. And everywhere she roamed, people would say, Susie, settle down. But she likes to be free. She has always been the nicest thing to me. And the hook goes, Susie's on a cloud in the skies. My voice was young then.
Yeah.
Watched her as she goes sailing high. I saw Susie on a cloud in the skies. I watched her as she goes sailing high, sailing high. Every time I sleep, her pretty face is all that I could see. And if she were here, I surely would have made her my wife. I was a young kid at the same time, but listen what I was singing about.
That's amazing. That's deep. And you know what? It has aspects of like the Motown sound, like what
because that's what I used to listen to.
Yeah, like you could hear a bit of.
I used to listen to Sam Cooke, Otis Redding, people
Otis Redding.
Yeah, people like that.
That's dope.
I was born by the river. I love them songs.
Yes. Did you Jackson 5? Did you listen to any of their music?
Jackson 5 came later on.
Oh, way later on when you're doing
later on.
Wow.
It came later on.
Okay.
And look, I ended up moving to Motown.
You did move to Motown.
Yeah,
that is really dope. That's really dope. Now let's talk about your drumming, because you're also a soca, reggae soca.
Well, you see, with the drumming took me to different places, because I ended up playing for people like, when I moved to New York. Oh, I was in Detroit, and this artist, Leroy Sibbles.
Yeah.
He lived in Canada, which is only like 4 hours in Toronto, and I lived on the border town, Detroit and Windsor, Ontario is like border, across the border, and you're in Canada. So he came over to do a show. He didn't know my band, I was playing with a band called the Samaritans, and he didn't know who was in the band. And when he came and saw me, he heard me, I said, look, wait a minute, you guys got a good drummer here. I said, okay. So we did a show, and he invited me to come over to Canada. He said they got lots of shows up there and lots of gigs going on, and I should come over sometime and come play for him. So one time I thought about it. I put my drum set in the trunk of my car and drive across the border, went up to Canada. And I was up there, I practically lived, went up there for a while, Toronto. And a friend of mine, this guy named Clinton, the bass player that we used to play together in Spanish Town. He was playing with this artist called Shinehead. And they needed a drummer that can tour. And he said, I got this gig for you. We're going across the world. So can you do it? And I said, yeah, I can do it if the price is right. So they talked to me, and it was good. We decided to travel with them. We went all over the world, Japan, right across Europe, Hawaii, all over them places. Wow. But I was his drummer at the time. And I did that. I went with, travel with Junior Reed, The Meditation, Sister Carol, quite a few artists. And the last one I ended up playing drums for was Gregory Isaac. We was in Belize one time, and was listening to some tracks that I did, because after I met Clement Dodd from Studio One, the producer. Studio One was actually the Motown of reggae. So I met Clement Dodd, and I was recording some songs for him in New York, in Brooklyn. And while I was on the road playing drums, we was listening to some of my tracks in the bus. And Gregory Isaac said to me, Glen, is that you? I said, yeah, man, that's me. I was talking, grinning, I was proud. And he said, you know what, I think one of these days I might end up being your opening act. And it happened.
For real? It
happened twice, one time in Jamaica, one time in Trinidad.
Amazing.
And he was the one that said to me, you need to come out from behind the drums. Imagine, I was his drummer, and he told me, you need to come out from behind the drums. You waste your time behind the drums. You need to come out front and come sing. And I took his advice. I decided to go and you know, represent.
I see. All right, amazing, Glen. I mean, I'm inspired, you know, that mention. But we're taking a short break. We'll be back with more. But remember, we are asking you, what are some of your favorite memories of Glen Washington? Of course, you can message us on our handles on Facebook and at, of course, K24 TV on X. That's the same handle as at K24 TV on Facebook and X. And our WhatsApp line is right there on your screens. And remember, you could win 2 tickets to see him live on the 19th of October at the KICC, and we can vibe to your memories. Let's vibe to these memories. Remember, I will pick anyone, random messages, and 2 of you will be the lucky winners of 2 tickets this particular morning. We're taking a short break. We'll be back with more. Stay with us.